been a massive part of our success this year, and they've been incredible. Adding Maurice to that line just really brought them to another level. I mean, all three of them are they can do everything. They PK, they can play on the power play, they can shut down guys, they can go score big goals. So, it's an understatement to say that they've been big for us.
What do you think about the opportunity to finish it off?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. We're not gonna get ahead of ourselves, and it's gonna be the hardest game, and I think we know that. So the job's not done yet, and a lot more work to do.
Along those lines, Sam, what did you guys learn last year about the challenges of closing out a cup final? Again, you were up 3-0, they brought it to 7. What did you learn about how tough it is to get that 16th win?
Yeah, it's extremely tough. I mean, it's a moment you think about your whole life, and it's in the back of your head. I think we can just learn from that experience from last year. I think we were already looking ahead with the world start.
The guys put unbelievable performance in front of me, so it was a big win.
Is this as complete a game you guys played in the series?
It was a very solid game, definitely. But it's a series continues, and we excited about the next game. It's going to be a big game.
What did you think of Brad Marchand's effort tonight?
Yeah, he's amazing. He's been leader for us. He's been scoring big goals for us, and tonight he made the hell of a effort by himself. And yeah, he's a great leader, great player.
On Game 6, how much does it help just mentally? You guys know what that feels like to have the cup in the building and have a chance just based on what you went through last year.
Yeah, we don't need to think about cup or anything like that. We just have to regroup, reset, and focus on the first period, first shift, and don't think much about ahead or behind. So it's going to be a good, tough hockey game, and we're excited about that.
Speaking of the first period tonight, tested a really big save on Connor Brown. Just wanted to see him coming on all along.
Yeah, he had lots of speed. He put the good shot. Definitely, it was a good shot. I just had likely I had a glove there.
How do you explain how a team goes from last game feeling like they didn't have the composure to close that last game out to showing the ultimate composure tonight?
Yeah, it's not only us. They got good team too. So it's a Stanley Cup final. It's not going to be easy way. And tonight they fight hard too. They play hard game. So we expect the same game next.
Sergey, I know you don't like looking back, but what did you guys learn about how tough it is to get that 16th win last year? You guys go up 3-0, they tied up, take it to Game 7. What did you learn about what it takes to close out the Stanley Cup final?
Yeah, it's definitely, as I said, it's not easy. So it's going to be a good hockey game. We have to play our best, and they're going to bring their best as well. So excited about that.
We just read the physicality of this team, just how conditioned you guys are. Obviously, it was a quick turnaround between games, but you guys had your legs there in the first period.
Yeah. Again, guys put together unbelievable performance in front of me. They skate, they stick, they fight. So it's a great team win.
Thanks, Bob.
Never an easy task. Obviously, playing in front of Bob was just awesome every night. So. It was a great team effort.
And it's been kind of your backbone for a while now with the penalty kill, just how clutch were the killers tonight, and also Bob with some big saves, like you said.
Yeah, I think we had a whole minute without a stick on the PK, which is never a fun thing, but obviously pretty proud of the guys for getting it done.
And now looking at the series as a whole, a chance to win it here in Game 6, how different is it, this year from last year now that you guys have known that feeling and kind of know what it takes and it's going to feel like out there in Game 6?
Yeah, the idea of creating an atmosphere of all business is important for us. We want to move on, recover, and approach the game the same way we did today.
The way you guys defended tonight, was that the best you defended in the series? Just the way they only think they had like 7 shots on forwards in the first 2 periods.
It was a great effort for 60 minutes. I think obviously we defend by creating low amount of time and space for their players. So that's a full team effort. It's up and down the ice, and it's not always in our D zone. It's in the O zone as well. So it was a great group effort.
Your team has scored 61 road goals in these playoffs, which is a new record. What makes this team so good on the road?
I think it's just we're a good team at home or on the road. It's a game that travels, and it's a game that we're confident in. So I don't know if it matters whether we're on the road or not. It's next man up mentality. Take care of business on the ice when you're out there.
What was your view on Marchand's second goal there?
I don't know if I saw it. I think I might have been catching my breath. No, I haven't seen it since, so I'll have to go look at it. I'm sorry.
What did you think of your goaltender tonight? Another very strong game for Bob, making big saves when he needed to.
Yeah. I mean, you said it. He's the best. We love him. There's no doubt about it. So, love him. Great game. Another awesome game.
That's been our mindset the whole time, man, and that's what I think happened now too.
Both of Marchand's goals came off face-offs that you were out there for. Is that something that you guys have talked about beforehand, or is it just the way that played out tonight?
I mean, we had some plays, but that was all March's play. He took the puck and did a really highlight goal. Those are the goals you look on YouTube when you're a kid and try to go out and practice yourself. But it's we're all pretty amazed by him.
The penalty kill has been your guys' bread and butter for a couple of seasons now. How big was it tonight in this game?
It was huge. It's always big, especially against that team who has some really good players, and they've been really good on the power play, so that was huge today.
I heard the guys named you the player of the game. What does that mean to you?
Obviously I'm happy, but show some respect. I feel like we have so many good guys here. Every single one is important, and we have had a lot of guys that
Point in the game up tonight, there was the penalty kill, Marchand's goal, Rhino's goal. Just in your mind, what was that inflection point in this win?
I thought Sergei in the first 10 minutes got tested hard. I thought that they came out right and fast. He got through the neutral zone almost a couple of times, and he had to make a couple of big saves. And when you're on the road, if you can keep the building from lighting up in the first 10 minutes, that's just a big part of the emotions of what goes on. So I thought that his performance, especially early in the game, was key.
Right side, fourth row.
Hi, Paul. I know it's a sports game and everyone is chipping in, but Sam Bennett and Brad Marchand, it's 11 goals since the start of the Stanley Cup final. It's close to 50%. Why are they so good when the stage is at the highest?
If I knew that, I'd have played in the NHL. They're just certainly capable of processing the context of the game. They don't get too high, they don't get too low. Their energy level's high, they're very focused on the game. There's a mental toughness there, a mental capacity to stay within the game and not try to break it open, just wait, be patient. And that patience is a funny word in hockey. It doesn't mean sit back. I mean, they're aggressive men. But the patience, part of it is their experience.
Left side, front row.
Hey, Paul. You guys are 1 win away now. You guys are obviously here. What did you learn? What do you hope your team learned from last year, being up 3-0, having to go into 7, about what it takes to get that 16th win?
Today is today, and we won't deal with tomorrow. You just handle your day. We handle our day today, and we've got a travel routine. We're going to run the exact same routine. We got a day off the next travel. Just handle your day. That's all.
Right side, second row.
Paul, you touched on Sergei in the first 10 minutes. They didn't get a shot on goal for the last 11 or so minutes of the first period, and you guys looked comfortable up 2-0 and playing that way. It was obviously different in Game 4 when they were able to come back on you. What was the difference tonight, and why did you guys look the way you did in that situation?
It's not a big thing. It's the smallest thing, right? It's 2 feet ice taken, a good stick, close support. When we got into the second period of Game 4, we weren't that far off it. We were just 2 feet off it. So these are small margins on everything that happens on the ice. The danger of that team is always there. You got to be a foot better, 2 feet better, a little better stick, all those small things. And I didn't feel as badly about our game as the score says, the final score says that we should have. I didn't think we were that far off in our last game. And I also don't think that there was an egregious difference tonight. The final score doesn't tell the story. There's so many close plays, a post that, it's a lot tighter than the final score wants you to believe.
We'll take a few more questions. Front right.
Paul, I look at the game you guys played tonight with the comfort and confidence, and the organic, this is what we do on the road in the biggest game of the year. And I think back to your first 6 months when you took over this team and tried to change the way things were getting done. I mean, is it tonight the night where that's what you were talking about all along?
Well, we were close to our identity. It's a hard thing to establish. It's a hard thing to get to. And it's solely based on the will of the players to play a game, and then we've had a little bit of success with it, so why wouldn't they, right? It took longer than we thought, probably because I was trying to marry two ideas. I was trying to keep the, whatever we had, 387 goals, felt like the year before, to another game. I'm not trying to be humble here. This is all about the compete of the players. When your captain of your team wins Selke Awards, that's the foundation of your game.
We'll take a couple more questions. Left side.
Hey, Paul. Which one of Brad Marchand's goals tonight impressed you most?
Well, I feel equally impressed. The thing about players when they come in is you have a really strong idea, right? You do all your pre-scout, you get it, and then you get on the ice with them in practice, and that's when you learn. And I said this right from the start. Clearly, he's closing in on 1,000 points. He's got good hands, but I didn't fully appreciate the small area things that he can do, and that's the most difficult to do. It's not the rink-wide pass on the tape that you get excited about. But what he can do under duress in a small area is world-class. It's as good as I've seen.
Last question. Left side, second row.
Paul, felt like your fourth line was out there in a lot of crucial moments tonight, and they gave you some really solid shifts. Just can you talk about their contributions tonight and trusting them tonight?
Yeah, trust your bench, right? So we talk about Brad Marchand tonight. I think he was at 13:55. And a big part of that is the Tomek Nosek line and the minutes they ate, so that Barkov is, I would have gathered, is right around 20. You guys got the sheets. I don't look at them, so I'm thinking that I got Barkey right around 20. That puts Benny in at about 17. Right? What's Lundy got? 15. All right. So all those numbers are based on what those men did. They blocked shots. They battled. They were fast. They were on and off the ice. They were good for us tonight.
Brad and Sam are here to take your questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question. We're going to start back left.
Brad, first, just can you take us through that second goal? Obviously, that's a highlight that I'm sure is going to live on for quite some time.
It started with a great stick at our line from Lusty, and then I just tried to get inside and get a puck on net. I don't really, to be honest, know what happened. I haven't seen a replay. It just found its way in, so it's a good feeling.
Front right.
Sam, just what can you say about the playoff the guy beside you's put in? Another 2 goals tonight, 10 goals in the playoffs.
I mean, it's those big moments when you need guys to step up. Time and time again, he's there to produce. Yeah, I'll stop. That's good.
Front left.
Yeah, for both of you guys, your guys are out. You're 1 win away. Sam, first for you, just what did you guys learn about how tough it is to get that 16th win last year after going up 3-0 and then Edmonton forcing 7? And Brad, you've been in this situation as well. Just how tough is it to get that final win?
Yeah, I mean, the more times you're in a situation like this, the more comfortable you're going to be. We've been staying in the moment very well, all postseason, and it's just about handling your day. And we did what we set out to do today, and now it's about recovering and getting back at it in a couple days.
Front right.
Sam, felt like maybe you had a bit more to say about Brad there. Last time you guys were at the podium, he gave you the cue to wrap it up. I'm just wondering what stands out about his personality and how he influences the team with his voice.
That's what you need at this time of year. Everyone's nervous at times, and when you got personalities like that in the room, it just settles everything down, and we're all about having fun here.
Back left.
Sam, your line has been tasked with guarding McDavid's line or Draisaitl throughout the series, and how good did it feel to see Barkov get on the score sheet at even strength and create a goal against that line?
Yeah, I mean it's a team effort defending guys like that. We've known all series that the challenge is there for us. no one really cares in our locker room who's producing at when. It's just a matter that someone is at the right times, and that's what we've had.
Front right.
Brad, after all you've seen and done, do you still get nervous?
Not really, no. To be honest with you, I said this to my wife, the most nervous I've been in years was before game one, just the amount of time we had kind of leading up to it. But that morning when I woke up, it kind of left. It's more just kind of sitting waiting, more just antsy than anything, but not nervous. I mean, it's going to play out the way it's going to play out, and said it a ton of times. We're just enjoying the moment. And it's a special time, special memories we're going to have forever. So yeah, just not really nervous, just excited.
Right side, second row.
Sam, you talked about how you guys defended tonight. What was, I guess, the key to limiting their guys tonight? Was that the best that you guys played defensively? It seemed like even like you were upset when McDavid did get that goal, just the way that you guys had played defensively tonight.
I think I'm upset every time they get a goal. But no, I think when we're moving like we are, we're supporting the puck both offensively and defensively. That's when we're at our best. We've talked about take away their time and space, make them as uncomfortable as we possibly can, and that leads to a lot of our offense. So that's what our focus is.
Take a few more for the guys on the right side standing up.
Yeah, Sam here. It's Pierre. I'm thinking about the kind of defensive performance your team had tonight that seems to come naturally when you guys really need it. And when Paul Maurice was hired 3 years ago, your team led the league in offense, had won the President's Trophy, but your GM said at the time that he made the hire to change the way you guys play come playoff time. Is tonight an example of that kind of hire coming through?
Yeah, I mean, certainly it's the mindset of the group. We're all bought into it. It feels like when we're defending at our best, we have the puck a little bit more. You learn when it doesn't go well. When certainly from game to game, there's improvements we can make, and I think we were probably defending a little bit less because maybe we had the puck a little bit because we're supporting it that much more, and that's what makes it better when we're defending.
Left side, second row.
Brad, you're the first player in NHL history to score 5 goals in a Stanley Cup final on 2 different teams. What would a young Brad Marchand from 2011 say about this Brad Marchand in 2025?
Man, that guy's good looking. Probably be it. It's just how it plays out sometimes. Sometimes you get bounces, sometimes you don't. But definitely, he'd be grateful to be in this opportunity and have another opportunity to be in the finals and be part of a really good team for sure.
Right side, second row.
So we all know the Oilers have been blasting Pink Pony Club after their wins. Do you guys have a go-to victory anthem, or are you still searching for the perfect song?
No, we got a couple that we play when we win. What their names are, I'm not sure.
Any Latin songs?
Sorry?
Any Latin songs?
I don't know. That would be a nice addition, though. But you got to ask Rearsy. I don't know what he's playing. I don't know the names of anything.
Stay on the second row, right side.
Brad, you guys in the first period in this series, you've scored at least 2 goals in every first period. You've outscored them 11-4. Some of that's on special teams, but you got to earn the power plays. Why have you guys come out and been that good in the first period in this series?
I think we learned pretty early that we need to be prepared. They scored in the first minute and a half of the first game. They have the ability to take over from the drop of the puck. So I think it's just an example of understanding that we need to be prepared for the start of games and to be able to match their their skill level and their ability to score. If we want to defend that, we've got to be prepared to play.
We'll take 2 more questions. Left side, front row.
Sam Bennett's production this postseason, how has he taken it to this level? I just heard Matthew Tkachuk say something about maturity, but I'm sure it's more than that.
I mean, I think we've talked about it so much. It's just his game translates so well to this time of year. He creates so much room for himself. That line's been put in some very big and tough situations, and they've just produced time and time again. So we got all the confidence in the world, in them.
1 more, left side, second row.
Brad, there was a lot of talk with a quick turnaround that one of the teams might not have the legs to play. You look like you had lots of legs today, and you're 37 years old. Why is that?
it's one of those things where you just sometimes you have them, sometimes you don't. I think the biggest thing with our group is we rely on our depth, and like Rhino said earlier, we rely on different guys to step up at different times. Whether you feel good or not, you're expected to do a job and play a certain way. And when we do that, we play well. So just how it plays out sometimes.
Thank you for your time, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Coach Maurice will be here shortly.